Let's get this started. So I'm going to be playing some Control. And it's a game by Remedy. Um, it kind of takes place in the same universe as like Alan Wake, Quantum Break. Not Max Payne, because it's a weird thing. So in Alan Wake, he's an author that's trying to write a book. And the book is actually about Max Payne. So it's kind of in the same universe, but not necessarily. And this game actually makes reference to that. It's kind of cool. They call it the not the Alan Wake incident, but they call it well, we'll get into it because it'll be kind of early enough that I'll find like a correspondence about what happened with Alan Wake. So we're gonna start a new game, which is gonna suck because I'm gonna I uploaded my stuff onto the cloud, so hopefully I can bring it back when the DLC drops and I can play it. I don't have to go through the whole game just to get strong enough to do the DLC later. Alrighty, I will let the beginning play out.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
So I've been debating on how to do this because this game has a lot of text. So I'm not sure if I want to try to read through everything, but I think I'll read through some of the more like important documents if I can remember. So let's see. Federal Bureau of Control reminder: certain objects are not allowed inside the bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated the issue remind on prohibited material, unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2 pencils, which is kind of funny because there's kind of a correspondence you read later about number 2 pencils. Any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypical concept, i.g., rubber ducks, ketchup bottles, which is another whole thing. All materials under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances and see the lobby personnel. In breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. Yeah, there's a whole thing about rubber ducks. So as you can see, there's an internal lockdown in effect. Everything's kind of screwed up. So we will push on. So since they don't allow any modern types of electronics, everything is kind of...
I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
They kind of used analog electronics, like old school, like stuff from the 70s before it became modernized. So you see like pneumatic tubes and like mail delivering devices like these, where they just put letters inside these tubes and it gets sucked through to like different parts of the building. Let's see. Oh, you're gonna see a lot of these too, where things are blacked out because it's a not military, but a government facility, so they kind of like black certain things out. Expenditure summary, staffing, surveillance, blank, data center initiative, construction, blank, blank, minor. So office equipment, janitorial costs, blank, mold removal. Mold removal. That's the whole thing later too. Livability costs and cost breakdown spreadsheet, see page 5 for 5-year comparison chart, see page 9. So you're gonna get a lot of that. That's why I'm saying it's a lot of text to read. Some of it's kind of just like gibberish like that, the goings on of the building, which probably might not be as interesting, but then there's other like important documents. Head of Research, Dr. Casper Darling. Our bureau hard at work. And the director, Zachariah Trench.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Take a look at this. Yeah, okay. Attention all blank. Blank. A shark in his blank. Although secure blank. Permission to blank. Following basic protocol blank. Shoot to kill blank. Good luck. Just stuff to add to like the mystery of the game. Reports reminder. As you all should know by now, the R4 report is due at the end of the week. They're still waiting for them on a number of people. Extension, please request an R4E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need a written permission from your department chief saying remember R4s are mandatory under section 75.2 in the employee manual. Requires interdepartmental claims, then contact your appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Dr. Marshall, Mr. Salvador, and Mr. Kirkland. As needed, and they'll be Tuesday and initial policy, and please schedule accordingly. Blah blah. Head.
Hello?
Let's meet our boy.
Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you are no helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, you malot.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
And so now we're back out to the main room that we just came in through. That's some crazy stuff, right? And look, so there's the trench poster, and the Bureau Hard at Work poster's gone, and now there's an elevator entrance. So that's kind of the thing about this game. See, there's the main entrance we just came in through.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but Ahti heard what she was saying to herself. He, like, replied to her about the better the face than no face.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Trench. So this is the facility we're in right now. The oldest house. Oh man, there's a lot about this building. Yep, still in lockdown. Things ain't good. The alarms are going off. Approved terminology. Any public-facing materials when penning any notifications of death related to the Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words phrased to use in the service of his or her country: regret, proud, pride, will be remembered. Words, phrases to avoid: Alaska, scissors, blood, bleed, loss, apologies, sorry. This game is also very dark too, so hopefully it doesn't show up super dark on the stream. Maybe I can boost up the brightness a bit here. Just give me a second. Let's go 70. I'm not sure if that helped at all. Hang on, let me see on the stream here. It's a little bit better. Yeah, definitely better than what it was before. Okay. Let's keep trucking. So I think we're making our way into the director's office. Do not disturb. As you all should know by now, there are 4 reports due in the running waiting for the number of people who need expansion, please. Mandatory section, blah blah blah. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I'm looking at. There it is. I'm not to be disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day. The rest of the week. Justin, Barbara, not a single one. Huh. So the director's a little paranoid.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really? And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
So that's the board. They pretty much run the Bureau. And as you can see, the gun is the selection process. If you pass their test and you can wield the gun, the service weapon, you're the director of the Bureau, pretty much.
The same gun.
And apparently, the gun is different for every director. Like, it takes a different form. So this is what her service weapon looks like.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
So you can't reload the gun. The gun reloads on its own. So if you run out of ammo, you have to wait for the gun to recharge. And then you can keep going. So kind of have to be smart with how much you're shooting off. So kind of have to like switch in between. And what's kind of cool is you're in combat because she's like this. She'll be running around normal. But when you're in combat, she'll have a different stance, like holding the gun with both hands. So if you're not sure if you're clear of like bad guys, that's kind of how you know.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Oh boy, this damn map. Took me a while to figure out exactly how to read this map. So if I could explain, like, you see the darker parts of the map? Those are either on surface level or the lower levels. The brighter it gets, the higher up the level is. So I think we're on the highest level, and you can see the darkest level going further down, if that makes any sense. So yeah, took me forever to figure that out. Okay, let me see. So we got some stuff in there. Let me take a look at the media. So here we go. So that objects of power explanation. Usually whenever you get like those little video clips and stuff, you kind of want to go into your collections and check them out, because they're actually longer than what you see in the game. So it's kind of like extra stuff to look at. And it actually gives more answers on what the heck's going on sometimes. So let's check it out.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fired. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, Head of Research, Federal Bureau of Control.
I don't think I got any other ones yet. let's see, where do I gotta go? So I gotta loop down through that and right there where that yellow is on that question mark. To the left there. So that's where I gotta go. Or I could have just, if this door was unlocked, go right there. So usually the red lights mean no bueno.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
Let's see if I got that message. Nope. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'll get it later. So yeah, enemies drop health. That's the only way you heal. That's not creepy at all. This game is really unsettling sometimes, some of the stuff you see. It's not like horror, but it's just kind of like unsettling. Oh yeah, and did I mention there's no real music in this game? Half the time, listen. Half the time, that's what you're gonna hear. So get used to that. So he mentioned something about alter world events, and so this kind of goes into that a little bit. Checked out our suspected at AWE in Duluth. Not sure what that is. Was it anything? Just like a house on fire before this. Manufactured clothes dryer before that. Putting pretty stick and tuds. Blah, blah, blah. Fake AWEs, real things. Relate to the field agents. Bit off. So yeah, pretty much false alarms. Because you can't tell what's an actual alter world event and what's just coincidence, you know? They have to like send out agents to investigate everything they can. So I think the correspondence I'm probably going to skip. I think it's like the research notes. Those are going to be the ones that I'm going to try to read. Because the correspondence just kind of give you more like lore on the goings on of the Bureau. Like just what people are doing with their lives. Oh, let me see this. Actually. Raising costs of AWE response, update the mold eradication efforts, annual salary review, supplier of coffee filters. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end up skipping a lot of the correspondence stuff. So that leads that way. Central Executive, let's go.
Hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
So you see how she's in a different stance now?
Contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Alright, let's see if the research and records is the stuff I kind of want to read. Urban legends. Urban legends are believed effective creation of altered materials, but can also indicate the characteristics of an alter-world event. Urban legends are understood as a modern evaluation of Jung's archetypes. Organized certain blank, formed in our own blank. Artifact blank. Popular culture using blank. Bureau mode anthology television program. Sees our own human imagination, scenes and details. Folklore AWs only occur on blank. Consumes human. Oh yeah, the pair of scissors that consumed human blood, I assume. 2 punctures in the neck, probably. So pretty much, yeah. So they're saying that like a lot of urban legends are usually due to AWEs and objects of power, and people think they're like, you know, vampires or werewolves. I think there's a correspondence, not a correspondence, but a note you pick up later that talks about werewolves and stuff, and that it's just like it was an I think an item that made dogs go crazy, so people thought they were werewolves. So yeah, it's crazy. We'll get there when we get there. But like that, there was like a pair of scissors that would stab people in the neck to drink the blood, and so people thought they were vampires, but it was actually just a pair of scissors.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it. Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau?
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The Hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah.
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point. Push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out. It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it. Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench? The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks, Emily.
Well, let's talk to her again. I think we can do some lore stuff. But yeah. As far as the map goes, following signs is really a big help. Because you'll get lost really easily.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
That's a lot of stuff to talk about. Alright.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal, then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily. You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay. This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it. Thanks. So, HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
All right. Everybody
Thanks,
get
Emily.
that? Good.
I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
All right. So we got to make our way through dead letters, which is gonna be fun to get to the phone. So that's obviously in. I want to say, what is it? An alter world item? Not AWE. Weird. I thought there would be like a letter about it, but you might actually find it later on. Now let's see what we can do here. So far, nothing. Outfits, only the astral dive suit, which sucks. My favorite outfit I'm gonna have to get way later. So we'll rock regular CV clothes for now.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
No clearance one yet. Hang on, let's see. So I got the grip. Personal mods, let's see what we got. We got health recovery on elemental pickup, some more health from picking up those little blue things. Straight up more health. Straight up more health. Can't go wrong with more health. Dang, that's already pretty good. So that's not too bad. Nostalgia department.
Yes, it's overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. I'm with you on that.
Alright, so I can't go that way yet. Still something here. So that's dead levers. So this leads back to Central Executive. I don't know if I can come in here yet. Yeah, it's all sealed off. Let's go to dead letters. Get away from this loud mess. It's really loud. I love that. How when you enter a new area, you see the big letters. Cool. That went pretty smooth. So I gotta go that way.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide.
Okay, I'm gonna
and
skip
capable
watching
of
it
storing
there.
a whopping 80
Because now that we got it, we can watch it in our menu. So now with these control points, you can fast travel throughout the building. Let me see. I'll show you. See? So we've got the one in Central Executive and now this one here. Even the like smaller ones that aren't extravagantly big, you know, areas you have to clear, you can fast travel to all of them now. Well, when I eventually get to them. See, I need a level 2 clearance for that door. Just check the bottom floor real quick. See if there's anything down here. And then I'll go ahead and check out that that video that I just picked up. Oh, yeah. I think this is book club. And I think this might be another video. Yep. That's another funny one. Dead presidents. Let's check over here real quick. Jesse, you fish. I think it's a correspondence like about a you know those fish that hang on the wall. You press the button and it sings a song. Well, apparently one of them is in Object of Power. I think that's what that correspondence talks about. You'll get a file later that like catalogs it as an object of power. All right, so I guess that's all the bottom floor. Let's head back up. Oop. Okay. So let's sit here real quick and take a look at those videos that I've got. One of them is pretty funny.
Just look at it.
Take a sip of water.
8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. we don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
So that kind of talks about objects of power in that disc, and that's going to be something we're going to find. That's going to be one of our main moves, and my favorite move to use on enemies. So let's watch this one and then we'll push on.
Hey, Meg! What's wrong?
My mom's dead.
I'm so sorry, Meg. What happened?
I don't know. They blacked it out.
It's like the director says. Confidential and children both start with C.
The director's a puppet. A dirty, rotten, fart person.
Dad says my mama went missing in actions. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Topher. We'll find your mama together.
So that wasn't creepy at all. But yeah, you'll find a correspondence later.
Communications. We're on the right track.
You find a correspondence like way later in the game, like near the end of the game, about the Threshold Kids videos. That it was their attempt to try to like talk about like what the goings on of the building is to any agents that had kids. It was like a show to show the kids, to like show them, oh, this is what the FBC is all about. But like they come off as super creepy. Even in another correspondence, someone even mentions that the Threshold Kids show is like super haunting and creepy. And yeah, it's pretty funny stuff. That ain't good. So we gotta go that way, so let's go up. I never saw this before. Internet is not for social media use. No FBC materials of any kind may be scanned or uploaded. FBC email addresses are the work-related correspondence only. Level 5 clearance required to access internet. If Cubicle's Black Rock shell gets damaged, vacate immediately and alert Mr. Tomasi. If you notice any text on your work that you do not recall writing, vacate your cubicle immediately and alert Mr. Tomasi. Do not connect internal comm devices to the network. Printers are for communication department use only. Altered items are forbidden in the cubicles. Notify security if any breaches immediately may require internal lockdown. Which is weird. It's funny because later when you come here, this is actually a door. I thought I can go through it now, but I guess I can't. Alright, let's truck on. We can't go that way yet. So we'll go in there and check out what just killed this poor fool. But first, let's check this. So these shelters are for like whenever lockdowns happen and shit hits the fan. You need to get yourself in one of these.
An object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Alright, let's check it out. So we gotta get to it before it kills us.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
Thingamajig. So using it up uses your energy at the top there. You have to wait for it to fill up when you use too much of it. But as you can see, it's a little bit more effective than the gun.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it.
Nice. Where'd you go? It's one of the things I like about this move is if you happen to pull something behind somebody, when it's flying to you, it'll actually smack them, and then you can throw it at them again, especially if it's a stronger enemy. So you can hit them twice if you're lucky. But it's like really rare that that happens, but when it happens, man, it feels good. Alright, so I think we're done in here. Oh, I don't have a key card for this yet. Other than that, I think we are... Wait, what's this? You know... check my mods in a second, see if I got anything good. Let's take a look. Some more. This is energy, straight up energy. So it's funny because I'm gonna end up defaulting to the mod set I used when I first played the game, which is gonna be giant health pool, giant energy pool, and then the cost of energy for telekinesis is gonna be super down, so I could be throwing a bunch of stuff at people. And then what about you? What do I get? It's for Shatter. I don't need that. Maybe I'll play with Shatter this time. I never used it the last time I played the game. I'm mostly stuck to this bad boy.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Can't break through that. So I gotta go in there. But for now, let's not go in there. Let's go this way. Ooh, let's hit this first.
This must open the door.
That always creeps me out. It's a bug. It's not supposed to do that, but it does it anyway, and it freaks me out every time. People trying to hide. These are pretty interesting to listen to.
Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us.
It's like calls about urban legend stuff. Creepypasta. So clearance level 1 now. So I might be able to go to some level 1 rooms. This is something I can't do right now. I have to do later. Can I go through here? And so that's kind of something you're going to want to do is like explore, find some secret areas. I don't think there's anything really important that I can get right now. All the level 1 doors that we pass will end up going through those areas again. So I can try to find them later and go through them and get some stuff. So right now we'll just progress the story a little bit. And as we progress, we'll be able to unlock more and more of the abilities and more stuff. Though, we'll wait till after we're done here and go back to Executive to see what's up. So let's go.
Great. I have a feeling he'll be back. Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
Alright, so it's upstairs on the top floor to the left. So we're gonna go to the right. Take a look around, see if we can find anything. What's this? Correspondence. That's a lot of dead people. I think that was no. Oh well, the hotline chamber's through the door that he went through. So we'll go this way. So this leads out to that one room we were in earlier. Keep going. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything here. We'll keep going. Butte summary. Desperation is a home in the city of Butte. Agents discover a translocative light switch. Oh, okay, this is I know what this is talking about. Arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at blank blank, which had been communicated a total of blank disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside while searching in the closet. The agent pulled the light cord, Jesus, and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord and order disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house days later. Sealed room by a ranger exploring the new area of the house. So the house constantly is shifting and changing, and like Emily said, that it just opens up doors to random places. So the switch in the Butte home disappeared as well. But hang on, we'll just keep going.
Alright, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds that altered Adam would show up inside a U.S. Embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
So a lot of agents are assholes and dumbasses, which is funny. Alright. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything else here for me to find. Oh, correspondence.
Alberto Tomasi, head of comms.
So I found his ID card.
The hiss got him.
So that dude that we fought was Tomasi.
The hotline can't be far now.
Very nice. Supplemental, so in addition to whatever. Alright, according to the testimony, the agents had been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino and discovered a room key by performing a ritual C file MOT01. And the key opened the door to the mark to the inverted black pyramid, which is only learned after the lengthy period of trial and error after pulling another motel cord found inside the room, transported to the oldest house. Attributes of the light switch cord in Ocean View Motel are now known to have many doors and pathways. Using on the light switch cord in the found in the Butte home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house at the time of writing. Blank cords have been found in the oldest house located in the blank and the blank sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel. How exactly this link operate is blank. But initially, how about this center on the Butte AWE as a blank blank? See Dr. Darling presentation. Blah 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 blah. Alright, so let's keep going. Ain't nothing here. Hotline security log. Visitors, Director Trench, Bill Everett, custodian. Bill Everett. Carl Bishop, custodian. Right.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. Door marked with the black pyramid.
I wonder if I have any more multimedia. Oh, I do. I have a bunch. Oh, that was the one we just heard. America Overnight. Okay. So nothing really of importance. So let's go. Ocean View Motel and Casino entry point and catalyst light switch. The law of three applies. So that was 1, 2, 3.
Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them, like something recognized from a dream. anyone here?
Okay.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
Crazy, huh? Complete the Astral Plane challenge. These goddamn things. I forget what these things are called. I know that there's like a thing you find on them later. To find out exactly what they are. Right now we're just gonna run from them.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him.
Dang, look at all
He
that.
feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily.
All right.
People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
Huh. That door wasn't there before. Let's go take a look. Hey, back in the director's office. To all executive staff, I know there's some concern spreading corporation exceeding the annual budget. Operational the house and security of many aspects of that. Budget expense, blah blah blah. There's treasury. This is just another line of another spreadsheet that lowly accountants won't even notice. Skip over as we weren't even there. So it's crazy that like the house has that much power that like this is still a branch of the government, but it's so secretive that like everybody just kind of like glances over and doesn't even realize it's there. Alright, let's go talk to Emily. Look at that. Door's open now. There's a funny correspondence in here about these sticky notes. And these sticky notes are an object of power too. So now there's more agents in here. It's like they're all gathering here. And setting up more equipment. It's like Central Executives becoming more of a base of operation. Alrighty, let's go.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss? Sorry, you made it. I'm glad.
Emily? I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown. Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself. Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
It's your boy, Ahti. That's no bueno. Let's talk to her. Get some more knowledge on what the heck's going on.
Hi, Jesse.
Or not.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Initial impressions. Analysis of his threat, part 1. Confidential. Encounters with an unknown. Any of the S is live. Various behavioral facts, and most notably, the S is able to invade the corrupt control points, alter them, and even humans. Behavior. Dr. Darling's been destroyed. To the S. Okay.
Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
Alright, before that though, let's go to multimedias, because we got some stuff here. So let's look at more about the hotline.
Ring, ring. It's Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered. And the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy. It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well. Our very own Ouija board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
Alright. So we got a bunch of hotline videos here. So let's hit them.
I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing. Ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. The traitor in our midst. A conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a rain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline.
So we saw the one about the management team, control points. Let's see this.
Something's coming. The whispers growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. A retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau. Everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
Okay, seen that one. All right, so let's.
Singing. Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
As soon as possible. With what? We can't get any equipment from the research center until the internal log.
Okay, so now I can. Nope. Abilities. So everything's gonna be kind of cheap across the board here. We have 4. Let's go first row on everything. Okay, and then after that we'll start picking like something to kind of focus on. Usually I like to focus on health and energy, and definitely launch, which is the telekinesis, throwing stuff at people. It makes it super strong. You can like take out weak enemies in one hit. And then what I like about it is that you can start launching, you can actually launch enemies, rockets, grenades, stuff like that. And then like big objects like forklifts and giant containers and stuff. So that's always a good one. Melee, I didn't mess around with it too much until way later in the game, and I realized how good it was, so I'm gonna actually focus on melee a little bit too now. So leveling up is gonna be a little bit more, it's gonna be a little bit more balanced this time around rather than just going all health and all energy and all launch.
Documents, any measuring devices you can find.
Let's see, Astral Construct, which is our weapons. So we can make Shatter. So I'm gonna make it now. So Shatter is a form for the gun or the service weapon, and then we can make mods, but we don't have the source for it yet.
Help you is a surefire way to get
So
on
let's do that.
the good side.
So let's see. So do we have anything for grip? Projectile spread, negative recoil, projectile fired, so it fires more projectiles. So I didn't play around with Shatter too much. I mostly focused on grip, which is the regular fire, and then what was the name of the rocket? There's a rocket launcher version that you can use. I mostly focused on those two because those were like really good. Especially the rocket one, if you upgrade it all the way and can put some mods into it, it's pretty effective. So for Shatter, let's do negative projectile spread, and then we'll focus on the amount of projectiles and spread. Let's see here, what do we got? Recovery on pickups, energy. We don't have a secondary slot yet for our personal mods. Let me see. No, not yet. And then the upgrade here, you can upgrade you see the construct level on the left, bottom left there. If you can upgrade it to level 6, the mods here will be all level 6 mods, and they're really important. Mods in this game are like determining factor of you surviving a gunfight and losing it.
Time to work. Meet me in the maintenance.
So like you'll run into areas where there's like high level enemies, and if you're not upgraded properly, you're just gonna get butchered super fast. Found that out the hard way sometime. I had to like respec all my stuff. So this is a fast travel to get to, for now, to get to like the more important areas. So we'll get to like research, containment, maintenance, and then the Foundation later.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
Which is funny because they make them all super sinister looking here. Barati's a pretty good guy. I think he's actually based on an actual, I want to say Finnish movie star. I don't know exactly who he is, but I know he's from Finland. That's the thing with Remedy, they always like using actual movie stars in their games. Not so much movie stars, but actors, like actual people. Like I know that the lady who plays Jessie is an actress as well. I just don't remember exactly what she's been in.
The maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti. It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
I don't think I have nope. No level 2 key yet. That ain't good. So we got ventilation, janitor's office, sector elevator that goes to different sectors.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there?
Along with all these assholes. Let's hit that control point. I think I'm gonna end up meeting up with Ahti, and then I'll probably end up calling it, but we'll see how fast I meet up with Ahti. I might go a little bit longer, we'll see. Blackrock processing, so that's gonna be way, way later. Alright, let's go this way. Not so bad. And this room gets messed up. I like it when you use the if you don't have anything in direct view when you pull, you'll actually tear off chunks of the wall. Alright, I don't think there's anything in here. Nothing at least that I can go to yet, so we'll just go speak with Ahti.
What's down that way?
Actually, before we do that, let's go over here.
Ugh, this place makes me nauseous. An object of power. How do you think it got down here?
So you'll randomly find these sometimes. You can actually go through the game without this to a certain extent because you're going to need this ability. Sometimes there are side quests to do these objects of power. So evade. Ooh boy. Oops. So it takes up energy to evade. So these old gold enemies I pretty much have to run from. Best friends for life.
Let's see the Hiss keep up with me now.
So I don't think this is an ability that I can upgrade, but I can add mods to it. So I can mod the amount of, I think, distance that I can go and energy it absorbs when I dodge. And then there's going to be a mod later that I can get that'll actually do stuff like give me health, give me energy, and then I think there's a mod that reduces the reload speed of a weapon when I evade. Nice. Back in this room somehow. So these assets that I'm picking up, they're for upgrading. You can make mods, upgrade your weapons, and make new weapons with them. We'll watch that later. Alright, let's go talk to Ahti. No level 2 key yet. It didn't load in right, but that picture on the door was of Ahti in that position. You open the door and he's still standing there like that.
You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ahti here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ahti. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, yes. Easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah. You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Mä kyllä sanon perkele suoraan, that this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this. Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the thread before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all. You'll take care of it and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back. That's great. Thank you, Ahti.
Alrighty. Let's hit this door first, though. I think there's something in here. Okay. I guess we'll get to the next the next point, and then we'll go ahead and call it. I'll knock this door so I can just kind of run in here when I need to. I don't remember if there's usually secrets. I know this place has a lot of like winding areas. Okay. Maintenance is probably the...
Okay, so what happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on.
I'll play that right now, because that one's kind of important.
Northmoor was director before me. I never wanted his job. I never wanted power. I purposefully avoided it. Didn't trust it. Didn't want to rely on it. Northmoor was all about power. A man like an explosion, hungry for authority, for order, for more. Until it was too much. I had to find a solution in the end. Contain the situation. Northmoor never liked me, but he went along with it, to his credit. He didn't really have a choice. I suppose at the end of the day, a director's most basic duty is to keep the lights on. Here's to you, Northmoor. There were no prime candidates waiting in the wings, but I was there. Had been the whole time, keeping my head down, working my ass off. I had nothing to lose. I picked up the gun almost on a dare.
Now that I actually did the Foundation DLC, that actually makes a lot more sense now. Anywho, so that ain't good. Escaped OOP. An object power escaped the Panopticon a couple weeks ago. They want everyone to keep an eye out for it. So if anyone sees merry-go-round, yeah, zipping around sector alert, immediately do not try to contain it on your own, and definitely don't bind it to yourself. Oops. Alright.
It's dangerous out here, lady. Go see Chief Arish. He's just inside. He'll help you.
Ma'am! Hey! Chief Arish, FBC Security. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing? Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Oh, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Try to stay alive.
I think we can ask him some questions.
Blockages in... When the converters and coolant pumps are working again, we should be able to get this baby back down to a safe temperature. I hope.
Ooh, that's a lot of stuff to cover.
What do you know about the hiss?
Not much, only what I've seen. Well, they use the same tactics that Marshall and Salvador taught us, which makes me think that the hiss haven't completely erased the people inside, which is a pretty fucking horrible thought. Or they're just using whatever they find in their victims' heads. In any case, they are really eager to get inside the power plant.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, I don't know. They want to make my life harder?
What do you do here, Arish?
Security chief of the maintenance sector. I make sure all the weird shit down here doesn't bother the maintenance crews. Learned everything I know from Salvador, the best security agent this bureau has ever seen.
And you like your job?
I love it. You know, everyone thinks that maintenance is the lowest rung on the ladder just because we fix pipes instead of writing memos, but I gotta be honest. These are the bravest people in the goddamn building. I'm proud to work with them.
I've done a few odd jobs with these kind of folks. They say what they mean. I like that.
What exactly is the power plant?
Listen, I only know what Salvador told me, but I know it generates all the electricity for the Bureau, and it's got 2 very simple rules. Rule 1, keep it below a certain temperature. Rule 2, don't ever, ever open it. Oh, and 3, it's classified, so I shouldn't ask.
Sounds like secrets are standard operating procedure around here.
Oh, yeah. It's all part of the job.
What do you know about the service weapon?
Not much. That thing is director only. Salvador told me by the time he saw Trench use it. Sounds like that gun can do some serious damage. Yeah, I did see pictures of it once, though, and it looks different to that thing you're carrying. You modded or something? It's new.
Is new a good thing?
Given the circumstances, I'd say new is our best bet.
See, so that's what I was talking about earlier. I guess the service weapon changes to fit the personality of the director or something. I'm not 100% sure.
Do you know this Ahti guy?
Of course. He's my favorite coffee break buddy. Dude has got some crazy stories. He probably knows more than anyone else around here. You can make sense of what he's saying.
Any idea where he's from?
I'm guessing Sweden.
He's from where he's from. Look, there are just some stones that are better left unturned, you know?
Alright. Let's hit it.
I should be going.
Right. You got a lockdown to lift.
So all of this shit's fucked up. So I gotta fix it all. Security matters. Gotcha messages, yeah, someone's saying asking about Ahti. So they make Ahti out to be like a little bit more important than what people kind of lead on.
What's your read on all this?
Okay, so I think here we go. Oh, the floating people. Let's see what I got for abilities. Let's go a little bit more energy, because then I can throw stuff a little bit more. Next one we'll do health. Hey, look at that! I got spin. Spin is like really cool, like machine gun ability for the service weapon, but it runs out of ammo really fast, and if you don't mod it properly, it's just a bullet waster. See, I'm not gonna really do anything with spin until I get good mods for it. Alright, so let's go to cooling, I think. Yeah. Trust me, it makes your life 10 times easier. Oh, I forgot I don't have that ability yet. Like eventually you'll get the ability to pick up lower level enemies and stuff. Yeah. Your shit. So like when these guys are close to death, you can actually grab them and throw them like weaker enemies. So it's actually kind of nice because you can chuck those guys as like a living grenade. Alright, so let's see here. We got Coolant pumps, furnace chamber. Oh, that doesn't look bad at all.
Power cut. Replace the parts.
So this is your introduction to the whole power core thing, because these kind of play into it later. But hang on, let's check this out first. See if there's anything in here. Yep. Damn it. Usually, whenever you see two of those rocks fly out of it, that means you get a mod as well. So I didn't get anything. So let's do it to it. So that's how you turn on the power for certain areas. And you see that a lot in this game, like turning on the power for a bunch of different things. I need to upgrade these guns so I can put more mods into them. What do we get? More health. See, dash efficiency, energy cost for dash. This is what I want to put on right here. Launch energy costs, so I can throw more stuff more often. Yes, it's mission. Okay. Once I clear this room, I think I'm probably gonna call it for the night though. Holy shit. Those freaking bastards. I don't think you saw it, but one of those bastards had a... I always hate them the most. You always want to try to get rid of them the fastest. There's guys that have, I forget what they're called, but it's those old World War II guns that have, it's like instead of shooting a bullet, you load a pipe into it, and it has a grenade at the end of it. So you shoot it. So it's like shooting a grenade round off of a, like, you know, a grenade launcher. So it turns an old rifle into a grenade launcher pretty much. And those guys will kill you so fast if you're not careful. And that's what happened there. He shot the wall where I was hiding behind, and it blew up some tanks around it. And it almost killed me. Alright. So I think the furnace room... There's nothing in there yet. I should have grabbed that that mission for Ahti to throw, or to get rid of the trash in the furnace room. But oh well, I'll do that next time. I'll probably end up playing this again tomorrow night maybe. Depends on what's going on personally. You know, with this whole lockdown thing, there might be some stuff going on. I might need a break. But yeah. Thanks for checking it out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The many of you that watched it. Let me know. Maybe I'll play this again. Maybe I'll keep going. I'll try to beat the game again. But if not, then I know I definitely need to finish Doom. That's been on my list because Doom 2's out and I want to try to get to that as soon as I can. But yeah. Thanks for checking it out. And I will catch you guys in the next one.